The word alone can make your chest tighten. Fear is the invisible chain that holds countless people back. But what if I told you fear is not your enemy? What if I told you fear can be your greatest weapon? Most people run from it, hide from it, or let it paralyze them. But the truth is, fear is energy. Raw, powerful energy. And you get to decide what to do with it. Will you let it suffocate you, or will you let it push you forward? Think about it. Every great achievement in history was born in the presence of fear. Do you think the first person to step onto a battlefield wasn't afraid? Do you think the entrepreneur who risked everything wasn't terrified of failure? Do you think Kobe Bryant didn't feel the pressure when he missed shots, when the crowd doubted him, when the critics laughed? Fear was always there. The difference is, they didn't let fear stop them. They let it fuel them. Fear is proof that you care. Fear is evidence that what's in front of you matters. The bigger the dream, the bigger the fear. That's why the small goals never shake you. That's why scrolling on your phone never terrifies you. But chasing your purpose, building your legacy, that sends a shiver down your spine because you know it will demand everything from you. Here's the hard truth: you can't eliminate fear. You'll never outgrow it. People think success means fear goes away. No. Success means you learn to act in spite of it. Success means you grab fear by the throat and say, "You're coming with me." Because fear can either paralyze you or propel you. The choice is yours. Now ask yourself, how much of your life have you wasted running from fear? How many chances have you missed because you convinced yourself you weren't ready? How many times did you stay quiet when you should have spoken up? How many dreams did you bury because the risk felt too big? And the painful truth, you'll never get those moments back. They're gone. But what you do have is this moment right now. And in this moment, you can decide never again. Let fear remind you what's at stake. Let it remind you that the clock is ticking, and every second wasted is one you can't return. Fear can hold you hostage, or it can light a fire under you so hot that you have no choice but to move. Which will you choose? Because here's the thing, fear and regret are twins. One shows up before, one shows up after. Fear whispers, "What if I fail?" Regret screams, "What if I had tried?" One of them is temporary. The other lasts forever. Which one would you rather live with? If you want to transform fear into fuel, here's how. First, acknowledge it. Stop pretending you're not afraid. Say it out loud, "I'm scared." Owning it gives you control. Second, reframe it. When you feel fear, remind yourself, "This is a sign that I'm growing. That means I'm alive, I'm moving forward, I'm in the game." Third, take action immediately. The longer you wait, the stronger fear becomes. Momentum destroys fear. When you move, fear loses power. And finally, remember your why. When fear shows up, ask yourself, what's at stake if I don't act? Because sometimes, the pain of inaction is worse than the fear of action. Practical steps? Start small. If fear holds you back in conversations, force yourself to speak up once today. If fear keeps you from chasing your dream, commit 1 hour today to working on it. If fear convinces you to quit, push through for 5 more minutes. Every rep makes you stronger. Every step forward builds proof that you can't be broken. Your fear can either be the excuse you hand to the world, or the fuel that drives you past everyone else. The difference is your decision. Imagine your life 1 year from now if you stopped running and started facing your fears head on. Imagine 5 years from now, where you could be if you let fear sharpen you instead of silence you. The version of you dream of becoming? That version is on the other side of fear. So, the next time fear shows up, and it will, don't shrink. Don't run. Look it dead in the eyes and thank it. Because fear is the compass. Fear points to where the growth is. Fear points to where your destiny is waiting. Here's something most people never realize. Fear is the same chemical in your body as excitement. The racing heart, the sweaty palms, the adrenaline, it's identical. The only difference is the story you attach to it. One person feels those symptoms and says, "I'm terrified, I can't do this." Another person feels the exact same thing and says, "I'm ready. Let's go." Which story are you telling yourself? Think about it. Every person you admire has felt fear. Steve Jobs, before launching Apple. Elon Musk, when Tesla was days away from bankruptcy. Serena Williams, when the world doubted her after injury. They didn't conquer fear by waiting for it to vanish. They acted while it was screaming in their ear. And because of that, they changed the world. You might not want to change the world, but you can change your world. And it starts with fear. Fear will tell you to play small, to stay safe, to avoid risk. But safety is just another word for wasted potential. Comfort zones? They're just prisons with invisible walls. Fear is the key to breaking out, if you use it. So how do you train yourself? Start with reframing failure. Instead of "if I fail, I'm done," think "if I fail, I'm learning." Every failure carries a lesson. Every rejection carries feedback. Every setback carries strength. The people who win in life aren't fearless, they're relentless. They feel fear, but they keep moving anyway. Here's a tool. Whenever fear whispers, "What if it goes wrong?" You answer back, "What if it goes right?" What if the speech you're afraid to give inspires someone? What if the business you're scared to start changes your family's future? What if the move you're terrified to make becomes the best decision of your life? You can't let what if become your prison. Make it your motivation. The next time you're afraid, remember this: fear means you're close to something that matters. The presence of fear is proof that growth is near. Fear shows up right before the breakthrough. And if you quit, you'll never know how close you were. So let fear push you. Let it drive you. Let it sharpen you. Because the truth is, courage doesn't exist without fear. Heroes aren't people without fear. They're people who act in spite of it. And you? You can be one of them. You just have to decide. Fear will either write your story or fuel it. Don't let it write your excuses. Let it fuel your legacy. If you've reached the end of this video, comment below, "Fear fuels me," so I know you're part of the few who don't run from fear, you use it. Hit that like button, subscribe for more content that pushes you to a better version of yourself, and I'll see you in the next one.